Good, happy Sunday morning, September 29, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. We have a lot of news to get to this morning, so let's get started. First up, multiple fire departments battling fire in Northwood. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
The Honda CR-V is perfect for people from all walks of life. From the daydreamers to the night riders, and the carpoolers to the lone wolves. Let's not forget the young ones, and those young at heart. No wonder people made the CR-V the best-selling CUV in its class. Hurry to your Honda dealer during the #1 CR-V event and get a great deal today.
Well, Sharice, this is a raging fire still burning at this hour. Take a look at these live pictures here behind me. You can see these massive flames just shooting from the top of this building, a large plume of smoke filtering into the air. Now, this fire has hit roughly 4 alarms at last check, sending in mutual aid from several surrounding towns. We've seen Concord, Stratford, Chichester, a heavy firefighter presence here on scene. As you said, this happening on Rochester Road. It is believed to be the Masonic Hall that's located right here on Route 4. If you're familiar with this area, it is next to the Hannafords. I can tell you that police have shut down this area and are turning cars around right by the Irving gas station. Right now, no word on a cause of this fire, but you can see this is a difficult one for firefighters. They have the ladder truck in the air right now, just dousing these flames with water, but this fire just won't quit. Also, still waiting to hear if there are any injuries with this fire, but right now, of course, as you can see, firefighters are extremely busy at this hour. But again, a multi-alarm fire happening here in Northwood. Several crews on scene will remain here throughout this newscast and bring you updates as soon as they come in. For now, we are live here in Northwood. I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Four hurt when man throws accelerant on fire pit in Laconia. The man who threw the substance was taken to the hospital by ambulance, police say. Police said 4 people were hurt when a man threw an accelerant on a fire pit in Laconia on Saturday. The fire happened on Belmont Road just before 7 p.m. Police said the accelerant, likely gas, caused the fire to ignite more. The man who threw the substance was taken to Concord Hospital with burns, police said. Police said 3 other people suffered minor burns. Only one of them sought medical treatment. Motorcyclist suffers serious injuries in Manchester crash. The crash is being investigated, police say. Police said 1 person was hurt in a crash between a motorcycle and a car in Manchester on Saturday. The crash happened at the entrance of the JFK Ice Arena on Maple Street around 2:50 p.m. Police said the motorcyclist was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. No one else was hurt. Identities have not been released. The crash is under investigation. Man charged with murder in toddler's death in Loudoun. A man has been arrested and charged with murder in connection with the death of a toddler in Loudoun. Douglas Bartone, 39, of Loudoun, was arrested Friday and charged with second-degree murder. He is accused of killing 23-month-old Colton Emery by physically assaulting the toddler multiple times. And here is a photo of that man. Take a look. As you can see right here. Officials said Colton is believed to have been killed Tuesday. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, including whether Barton knew Colton, who made the 911 call, and whether the toddler lived in the house on School Street. Bolton's arraignment had not been scheduled as of Friday night. First responders and loved ones honor Granite State fallen firefighters. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire.
We feel that if a customer wants a product and they're ambitious and they want to do it today, if we have it here in stock, we have the people, the trucking, and why put off till tomorrow what you can do today?
Visit us at powerofstone.com.
We gather here today to honor those, the 87 that paid the ultimate sacrifice.
87 names etched in granite. 87 firefighters who died taking care of their communities. Each year, their memory and sacrifice are commemorated.
To these families, we say we'll never forget, and today was an example of how we gathered here today, and we will not forget.
A somber bell tolled, and loved ones and fellow firefighters placed flowers over the names. The state fire marshal said no new names were added this year. Along with the solemn ceremony, some reason to celebrate.
What was really unique about today is last night, on a more happier note, we graduated 27 of our future firefighters, men and women that just spent 11 weeks, and now they're going off to the communities.
Those new firefighters will not only respond in their respective communities, they each now carry the history of one of the 87 fallen firefighters.
Each of them took one of the names, they researched, they found out who this person was, how they helped the community, and how they lost their life, how they paid the ultimate sacrifice. I think it will be another step in keeping and honoring those who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Authorities taking precaution before release of new Joker movie. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Security concerns surrounding the new Joker movie, the FBI, the LAPD, among those taking action. And here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
Tonight, amidst concern that the new Joker movie
could be used as an excuse for a mass shooting. Authorities are taking every precaution to keep moviegoers safe. The FBI alerting local authorities to potential threats detected online. And while no specific threat has been identified, authorities are encouraging people to remain vigilant.
When the Joker movie is released, they could potentially have problems, and they need to adjust accordingly.
The LAPD announcing plans to maintain high visibility around movie theaters when the film is released next week. The fears, in part, driven by the 2012 shooting at a theater in Aurora, Colorado. That incident taking place during another Batman-related film, The Dark Knight Rises. Two major theater chains reminding customers they will not admit anyone wearing masks or face paint. And Warner Brothers compelled to state what should be obvious, David, that the film is not an endorsement of real-world violence and that the Joker character should not be viewed as a hero. David.
All right, Matt Gutman, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. National Coffee Day is today. National Coffee Day. Whether getting one to go or lingering over a second cup on September 29th, be sure to observe National Coffee Day. The perfect cup of Java, according to an expert cupper, a professional coffee tester. There are 4 components to a perfect cup: aroma, body, acidity, and flavor. For the moment, the average coffee lover opens a fresh bag of coffee beans. The aroma back-owns particular the senses. Even those who don't drink coffee tend to enjoy the fragrance roasted beans. Set. Growing, roasting, and brewing. When determining the body of a coffee, the bean, the roast, and the brew are all factors. The bean affects the texture of the coffee, whether it's silky, creamy, thick, or thin on the tongue and throat. However, the darker the roast and how we brew it will alter the feel of a coffee's body. 2. Grandpa's Motor Oil Blend varies. The coffee shop around the corners. Silky, smooth, well protected grind have entirely differently bodies. Where the coffee bean grows determine its acid. The higher the elevation the coffee grows, the higher the quality and acid. These coffees are considered brighter, drier, even sparkler by cuppers. When it comes down to it, coffee lovers cherish the flavor as well as the caffeinated boost this roasted bean gives morning or night. Black with cream and sugar, hot or cold, it provides enjoyment even when decaffeinated. Coffee history. Many legendary accents tell how coffee first came to be. However, the earliest credible evidence of either coffee drinking or the knowledge of the coffee tree appears in the middle of the 15th century in Safari Mountains around Mocha in Yemen, where monks first roasted coffee seeds and brewed coffee, much like we prepared them today. Yemen traders brought coffee back to their homeland from Ethiopia and began to cultivate the seed. In 1670, bamboo badon, smuggled coffee seeds. Sorry about that, everyone. Out of the Middle East by stripping 7 seeds onto his chest. The first plant grown from these stowed away seeds were planted in Mysore. Coffee later spread to Italy and the rest of Europe, Indonesia, and Americas. While Brazil produced more coffee in the world than any other country, Colombia closely follows. Also, more than 50 countries around the world grew coffee too. As a result, we choose from a bountiful selection of flavors for the ingredients of steamy cups of the black drink for occasions to consume. Enjoy a cup or two of your favorite coffee. Here is a coffee brewing guide to help create your own. Use hashtag National Coffee Day to post on social media. Very cool indeed. So happy National Coffee Day to all of you. And now let's take a look at some events happening today in New Hampshire. Squam Ridge Race 2019 at 7:45 a.m. in Burley Farm Road. Huge Kids Consignment Sale 8 o'clock a.m. Hampshire Dome. The last day of the 143rd Deerfield Fair begins at 8 o'clock a.m. 2019 JDRF 1 Walk, 9 o'clock a.m. Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. Capital Arts Fest, 10 o'clock a.m. Legend of New Hampshire Headquarters. Return of Number 4, Revolutionary War Weekend, 10 o'clock a.m. The Fort at Number 4. Baby Goat Yoga, 10 o'clock a.m. in Highbury Bushery, Bangorton. And those are all the events that will be happening today right in New Hampshire. If you want to see that event calendar, we will have a link for you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. And that does it for this Sunday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.